The Wisconsin Supreme Court on Friday reinstated absentee ballot drop boxes and rejected Republican legislative efforts to block funding for certain land conservation programs. And then on Wednesday, a Dane County judge ruled that provisions of Act 10 are unconstitutional, raising doubts about the eventual fate of former Governor Scott Walker's public sector union busting law. As far as the drop boxes go, the ruling is a reversal for a court which has been under conservative control for many years until the election of Justice Janet Protasewicz. A couple of years ago, the conservatives who ruled the court said that drop boxes could only be placed in local election clerks' offices and that no one other than the voter could return a ballot in person. Now, under progressive control, the court determined on a 4-3 vote that officials can place ballot boxes around their communities as they see fit in this fall's elections. Justice Ann Walsh Bradley, one of the court's 4 liberal justices, wrote for the majority that placing a ballot in a drop box that is set up and maintained by a clerk is no different than giving a ballot to the clerk, regardless of the box's location. Meanwhile, Dane County Judge Jacob Frost ruled against the constitutionality of certain parts of Act 10 last week, the state law that for practical purposes wiped out collective bargaining rights for many, but not all, public sector unions. And it was the exceptions that the judge noted, putting Act 10's future on shaky ground. While most unions were labeled general in the law, Republican legislators also created a public safety label and applied it to some law enforcement and firefighter unions, all of whom supported Walker in the 2010 election that made him governor. But yet Capitol Police, UW Police, conservation wardens, they in many ways have the same authority as other law enforcement, but they were put into the general category. And that's an unfair application of the law of equal protection. And it does mean that in later court filings, Act 10 may be in real trouble.